in, babe.
Welcome to
Coco Caliente. So you guys will not believe where we are podcasting from right now.
Victor let us.
I did. I don't know. So we're in our bedroom.
In the bed.
We're laying on the bed under the covers with the two puppies in between Nicole's legs. And yeah, I just thought, you know what? Let's go with it because this is our podcast and we can do what we want with our own podcast. And why not podcast from the comfort of our bed at least one time?
But he's not letting us podcast with the comfort of holding the microphone. We still have to hold the stand and the pop filter and the other filter. So, I mean, it's kind of like more of this is exercise.
No, it's not exercise, but it's a middle ground, right? Because we still want the listeners to have a good listening experience because one of the worst things, and I say it all the time, is the best compliment I get is people not saying anything about the audio quality.
Oh, now you're going to get those haters talking about the audio quality.
Audio quality is always crisp. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, it is.
Unless, because I know, like, if it's really bad, I'll know, and then I'll be like, babe, we got to fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the only thing that's distracting right now, and I'm looking for the remote, is that fan. And I can't seem to find the remote for that fan.
But it feels good.
It does.
Do you think they can hear it?
It does feel good. Well, if you sit quiet for a second. This
reminds me of that time we stayed in the treehouse.
Oh, yeah.
Because I sleep with the fan in the window every single night, and I want it to be a winter storm. I am under all these blankets, and I love feeling the breeze, fresh air.
Wait, we weren't podcasting at the time when we did the no. Okay, so yeah, let's tell them about that. So we went to. Actually, to start off, Nicole had to book this place like a year in advance.
It was right when we got together, I was looking for something cool we could do, and I found, I think I saw it on the Instagram or something, one of the best Airbnbs in the United States, and it was this treehouse in Atlanta, Georgia.
It was the most wished for.
Yeah. And I got on the waiting list, and it was a year later.
She's like, if we're not together, I'll find somebody to go with me. I'll just book it.
Yeah, I booked it, and then we went, and it was really cool. It was definitely where you just wanted to stay in the treehouse.
So it's a treehouse in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. It's it's in the city, but it feels like you're not in the city because it's this guy's back acres of his house, and so you're in the woods. It's a 3-part treehouse.
Right.
One, you walk in, and you walk up these steps, and they're connected with little bridges. But the first little treehouse area is a living room type thing. It has a couch, and it has a little balcony, has books, has games. And then you walk across the first bridge, and then there's a bed that rolls out into the wilderness.
So you're under the stars.
Literally, quite literally under the stars.
The freaking bed, and I've been trying to find out what that was. The bed and pillows were
amazing.
Yeah, it was the softest thing I've ever slept on.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then there was another bridge.
And that connected to an outdoor patio area.
A big tree.
Yeah, and that's where people would kind of hang out for drinks or whatever because they would do events there too. People would just Airbnb rent that place out to have a night out,
And it was all lit up with lights.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
And if you really want to look, you can scroll. I think it's down a little bit in my Instagram, but I made a little video of it, and it's really, really nice. And I guess that's what this feels like a little bit right now. But we're inside our house. We're not in the woods, in a tree house in the wilderness, but
kind of feels like it.
In the comfort of our home.
And yeah, no, this episode is kind of I feel very at calm. I'm not high stress like usual.
I know. I
the
really
atmosphere?
do. I don't know what it is.
So this week we're going to have the winner of Big Brother 21 on the podcast. I'm very excited about it. I was planning on going to the finale to get the
backyard interviews.
Yes, but I did decide against it, and thank you guys for understanding. Victor couldn't be there, and I felt like he really is the zest of Coco Caliente. He's got the wit, he's got the humor, he's got the personality. And yes, I've been in the backyard a couple times in my days, but it would just be, I think, stressful for me. And traveling with all the equipment technologically, and then there's a lot of house guests. I just get to talk to him for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think it would be better to do what you're doing,
Yeah.
you know, and just talk to him for a full segment opposed to like a quick 5-minute repeating everything that everybody else is saying.
And the only thing standing between them and their family at that moment
Yeah.
is your interviews.
So you really...
Not that the interviews are bad or whatever.
You're just trying to get through them.
I just remember I don't remember them, and I've done it twice.
Well, and not only that, you have a line of interviews, and you're like, as soon as I finish all my interviews, I can go and get out of here, go to that little after party, and see my family.
Yeah.
You know?
You're like, oh, I got all these interviews. But then also a thing is, this is the first time that you are exposed to the public and the public perception of you. So
Bombarded.
You are bombarded. You feel all these emotions. You feel all these feelings. You feel defensive because you're like, wait, people think that about me? And whether it's good or bad, it's just so much to take in your mind. You're just like, oh my God, now I really need to see my family. Like, what is going on? And some people that interview you don't like you, and you just need to like do them the favor and just not interview them instead of being passive aggressive towards them, because it's not nice to do that. And I remember just like a reporter or something didn't like me, and it was like it hit me like a brick wall. Like,
it was an uncomfortable interview.
Yes, it was, and I was just rather not do the freaking interview. I still remember it to this day, and I bet you no one even freaking listened to that interview.
Yeah. See, so
okay. Anyway,
to sidestep that, I think it's better, you know, to do just a full segment with one person and have it be in depth about their background, opposed to like a 5-minute quick, you know, about the game, and that's it. You know what I mean? We really want to focus on like the deeper, more intellectual conversations than just like quick. But there's nothing wrong with the backyard interviews, and I know a lot of people are doing them. So I didn't also want them to be repetitive. Exactly.
So we're trying to be a little different, and I can stay at home and do this, and I'm a homebody. And the 6-hour plane ride there and back, and 3-hour time change. Just
the sheer amount of money too involved with that. I don't know. We're kind of trying to do a wedding thing, so.
No, I mean, if you were home, I would make you go with me. Like, we would be there, but you not going is the main reason I'm not going. But then I made a pros and cons list, and so that was some of the things that were on the list.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoy this interview, because we don't even know who the winner is.
At this point, I'm anticipating Jackson, because Jackson won the first part of the HOH, Holly won the second. I'm sure they'll take each other, and I'm sure Mickey will take it all. All
right, and then also now do another take with the other person in case you were wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Who wins.
I'm not wrong. If I'm talking to Holly right now, I will crap my pants. All right, so I was crying and crapping my pants because I completely lost the recording I did with Mickey this morning, and it was really good. He was so nice, and hopefully it's a blessing in disguise somehow, and maybe I get a better episode with him. And now I have Derrick Levasseur today.
I apologize ahead of time that you're stuck with me over Mickey. I promise I'm not trying to relive my winning 5 years ago and trying to hold on to the fame. I promise.
He's doing me a favor.
Okay.
I was like, Derrick,
this
please.
is why I love Nicole.
I'm like, Derrick, can you come on the podcast? Like, I don't know what to do.
I'm literally cutting my lawn. I'm like, okay, I got this.
Fall is pretty much here, which means that you might need some new work pants. And work pants can get really tight, uncomfortable. So I have a really great solution for you, and it is called Beta Brand. And they have their dress pant yoga pants.
My favorite.
So what they are is there's a bunch of styles to pick from. So whether you want boot cut, straight leg, skinny, cropped, and there's several more. In black, navy, gray, khaki. There's seasonal limited edition colors released monthly. Whatever you're looking for with pockets, no pockets, they have them. They feel like yoga pants and they look like dress pants. So everything that you've ever wanted, they have.
I need to get Nicole more of those.
Yeah.
I like them.
He does like to look at
a lot.
Yeah. Because I got the skinny pattern pants, and so they're pretty like tight on my butt, but at the same time they look very professional. I wear them to church.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's a huge selection, and they're the most comfortable pants I own. I receive compliments on them, and I just don't like wearing the other pants that I have to unbutton that dig into my stomach. So that's why I started wearing Beta Brand's dress pant yoga pants. So visit betabrand.com/Coco, all lowercase, to get 20% off your pair. Millions of women agree that these are the most comfortable pants you'll ever wear to work. That's betabrand.com, betabrand.com/Coco, COCO. All lowercase, to get 20% off your dress pant yoga pants. But you are a winner, so it's kind of cool. They still got a winner out of this.
Right, and I did watch last night.
Yeah, and last night was pretty crazy, so I figured we can kind of just like talk about what we thought about it, and I mean, just like a candid conversation.
Yeah,
because you and I, we talked like last night about it, because I was like, I couldn't sleep. I was like, what is going on? Because I wasn't expecting all of that. I don't know.
Yeah. It's definitely seeing someone win $500,000, you don't expect to see that reaction ever. Mm-hmm. Everything about that moment was exactly the way you would expect it to be. The confetti, the applause. And yet when they showed the winner's face, he looked like he had just lost his best friend. Yeah. So it's a weird moment. It's a weird moment. And maybe it's a teaching lesson, you know, and I kind of put this out on Twitter last night, like, you know, money isn't everything. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of like symbolic of that. I mean, people have different opinions about last night's episode, you know, Was it the right thing to do? Was it not? But at the end of the day, that's what they chose to do, and you have to respect it. They're constantly trying to change it up and adapt to the social issues that are going on in society, and they decided to address that on the show. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a lot of pre-jury segment, jury segment. I feel like the jury roundtable was pretty short. What did you think?
It was, and it seems like they did that on purpose. You could tell that Julie and they were trying to get to something, and then we learned what that was, and that was this you know, pre-jury segment, and they wanted certain questions to be answered, and frankly, they were rushing them through the actual voting, because I think even production knows more about the players than anybody, and they know who's going to win. Mm-hmm. They know from all the diary room sessions that don't air who's going to win, and they knew based on what they probably heard from the jury house that Mickey had it if he was against Holly. Mm-hmm. And so they just wanted to get through that award. You know, I love the fact that they didn't allow some of the things that have happened in the house and, you know, since he's been in there to affect voting. They waited until after.
Yeah, I don't think it would have been fair if they said any of this before voting.
No, it would actually completely contradict what the purpose of Big Brother is. Mm-hmm. So, no, I mean, it is what it is. I feel bad for Mickey. But at the same time, he said this, whether it's true or not, his personality and the way he speaks to people, not only women, it's not an effective way to speak to people. It really isn't. You don't want to seem like you're talking down to someone, because they're just not going to be receptive to what you have to say. And he, to his own admission, he does that all the time. He's a very aggressive person. So this is a learning experience for him. And now he has an extra $500,000 to, you know, travel and find himself. So I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, and I think it sounded like, when I talked to him this morning, he was so nice, and he was just like, he's going to grow from it. And this made him like uncomfortable. He likes to be uncomfortable. So now he's going to learn. And he said that he would definitely do Big Brother again. And
well, I don't know if we'll see if he says that in a couple months.
And yeah, it was just, and I didn't watch like a lot of. I was a casual viewer this season. Yeah. Besides like seeing some Twitter things, and so I think as a casual viewer, it was confusing to like watch what happened on finale. What the freak are you doing? Flipping a wheelbarrow upside down?
Sorry, I was moving something from my neighbor was moving his truck up, and I was moving my wheelbarrow. I apologize. I forgot
it really was a wheelbarrow?
Yes.
Oh
yes,
my
you're
God.
good.
I wish that was a competition.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. It's almost like you're from the Midwest.
Oh my God, that's funny. But anyways, I just think as a casual viewer, me watching what all went down last night, it was kind of confusing. But I get like the Twitter people all know, the live feeders all know, so it made sense for them, and they're probably really happy it happened. As far as, like you said, as far as winning, I thought Holly was answering the questions really, really well. I mean, they were very long-winded, but they were really good answers, where I thought is Mickey was kind of more defensive. And so for a second, I thought Holly could have a chance, but you never thought?
No, I didn't. I mean, you were in jury for me. So let me ask you this, because you've had that experience. Were you really undecided on finale night?
No, which sucks.
Okay.
Because
yeah, you're not undecided.
I think you decide. What happens is you go to the jury roundtable, and then you talk, and then you get all your feelings out, and then you go into a hotel for like a week by yourself, and you just sit there, and you don't really, think game, because you do and you don't, but you know, I don't know. So I guess I wasn't ever like flip-flopping between you and Cody or even Victoria, but I don't know. I still feel like those questions should matter. I honestly think that those questions kind of mattered when I won in 18. I don't know. Do you think that? I don't think Davon and Natalie knew they were going to vote for me.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, and again, I've never been a jury member, but I think people have what they're going to value. And for this season, I think they were very bitter about not being themselves, whether it was a guy or a girl. I mean, Annalise was a perfect example of that. She just didn't want to vote for anybody. So I think what it comes down to is what you can actually evaluate. And being a younger jury, they're going to go off the statistics, right? And he said it. He put out all these numbers, but the only number that really mattered to them was 13 competition wins between the two of them. 11 were his.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
I mean, dude, I like Holly. She tried to spin it like she was holding him back. At the end of the day, they were in the house with her. She wasn't throwing comps. She didn't say she was throwing comps. She just couldn't beat him. And that just speaks to how good of a competitor Mickey was. And I got to be honest. As much as I may not have agreed with some of the things Mickey did, at the end of the day, I wanted him to win over Holly. Maybe not necessarily Nicole, but over Holly, because I really didn't think, I thought she's a great person, but I didn't think she played that strong of a game. And
yeah,
I wanted the guy. He's a good player. I mean,
he's definitely all-star material. Whether you want to hear it or not, he's all-star material.
No, and he saved Holly with that lie and stuff. I mean, he is, and here's the other thing from a TV perspective, producers don't care if you like the guy. They don't care. All they care is that you're talking about him. So if it's good or bad, if you're talking about him, they're going to have him back if he wants to be back, because that's what they want. They don't want bland. So, and I'm bland. He ain't bland. So that's one of those things where, he deserved to win. If you just evaluate the game, he deserved to win, period.
He did deserve to win. And I was having a hard time just like taking in. I felt sorry for him. I'll be honest. I felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
And people were so mad at the people who were feeling sorry for him, but I didn't get into all the details. But just watching someone win, and I felt like what it felt like to win. You know what it feels like to win. It was the happiest freaking moment ever. And then to watch how sad he was, it was like to have that, to not have that, but have the money, have the confetti, and have everything else. It sucked. It was hard to watch.
It was rough.
It was
rough. It was a weird feeling. It was a weird feeling. And again, I guess the only thing you can take from it is, again, Big Brother's constantly teaching us. And again, here's a guy who just won $500,000. And when it came right down to it, he was so concerned about winning. But when it came right down to it, after being hit with what he was hit with, that was more of a concern than the money. And, I guess that speaks to his character maybe a little bit. Maybe, he does care more than people think. But time will tell. Listen, you know this as well as I do. Over the next couple weeks, we'll learn if he really actually took anything from it. Because he's either going to come out online and be receptive to the criticism, or he's going to come out and he's going to get his balls back, and he's going to say, hey, screw all of you. I don't care. I did what I had to do. And then it just goes to show you he's still got some growing to do. So we'll see. We'll see what he does. But I think a lot of these house guests, not just Mickey, to make this all about Mickey, a lot of these house guests have a lot of soul searching to do. Listen, I'll tell you what. I don't like Nick. I have no qualms about it. I'm not playing the game anymore. I didn't like the way that Nick talked to people. I didn't like the way Nick treated Bella. I didn't like the way he kind of got like this tough guy, maybe it's an East Coast thing, I just don't like his style person. I'll just be honest. And that's just me personally. He's just not my style. But again, there was a lot of people, for me, and we talked about this a little bit last night, Big Brother community is really interesting. I love the psychological aspect of it because you'll have Nick get absolutely smashed on national TV for doing what he did to Bella, which is deserved. And yet Kat, from what I understand, and this is speculation on my part, but it's pretty much confirmed, she had a boyfriend before she went into the house.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
She had a boyfriend before she went in the house. He threw a party for her, and she goes on the show. She hooks up with Mickey, and then after hooking up with Mickey, she had a thing with David, before he got evicted, and then she hooked up with Nick. And again, I'm only looking at this from a perspective of a father myself. I don't think that's a good look. Right. I don't think that's a good look. And, and she didn't really everyone loves her. Everyone loves her. So there is, we always talk about, you got to treat everyone the same and stuff. And it's very interesting to see how the Big Brother community will
hold different standards for different people.
Yeah. Yep. Support certain people.
Yeah.
And not others. Don't get me wrong. We all agree about Nicole. She's a sweetheart. She gave one of the best post-eviction speeches ever. She's a great person. But my point is, there's a lot of people in there who probably did some things that we wouldn't approve of, and yet we tend to focus on certain ones more than others.
No, I agree with you. I mean, just as far as what I see on Twitter, it seems to be the same names over and over again.
Right.
And you mentioned that you think that if it was Nicole and Mickey, that you think that maybe Nicole should have won, or how do you feel about that?
Well, that's the question, right? The question is, and Tommy, again, he was so honest about these things. He was really torn between Nicole and Mickey. He do you vote for the person who you think would do better and deserves it more as a person?
Yeah.
Or do you vote for the better game player? I don't care what anybody says. Nicole was not even in the same realm of Mickey as a player. I'm sorry, guys. That's just my opinion. I mean, she didn't win the comps when she had to. She won a couple. I get that. But Mickey literally had everyone against him, and week after week won every single comp he needed to win when he was going to go home. And they're not at the same caliber. Nicole was very indecisive about her decisions, and she was learning about herself as much as she was learning about who she was as a gamer at the same time. So I love Nicole. If I had $500,000 to give to someone right now, it'd be her. But if we're going strictly on game, I don't hear the argument that she deserved it over him. However, the jury could have gave it to her. I mean, it was 6-3, right? Yeah. For Mickey and Holly. I mean, would she have gotten Cliff's vote? Yup. So that's 5. So that's 5-4. Would she have gotten Nick's vote? Probably. Now it's 5-4 Nicole.
Yeah, that would be really, really crazy. Just because she gets there, she has great relationships with everybody. But as far as game goes, I don't know. I think she would have.
What's her argument?
Yeah. Well, you know what's weird? Remember when they make you reminisce about the past? Did you watch that episode this year?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, they don't do that anymore, thankfully.
That's a rough episode.
They do it where the person talks about their game and what they did to get where they are now, which is actually pretty cool. So it's kind of like Big Brother builds the case for you. So for all three of them, they got to build their case. And that kind of showed right there, as far as Big Brother moves, that Mickey's were way more. Do you know what I mean? Because he had comp win after comp win, and he was on the bottom all the time, and he literally won every single competition from day 55. He was unable to be nominated, which is absolutely insane.
It's insane. Yeah. And I mean, Nicole, Mickey's game speaks for itself. Nicole, she played a good quote unquote social game, but you and I both know social game is very, very, very subjective, right? There's social game where you just don't make enemies. And then there's a social game where
you turn people's thoughts into other thoughts, like you did. Like, you make me think who I want. You control me.
Yes. She wasn't. I didn't feel like she was a puppet master at all. Tyler was. Paul Paul was. Like those
Dan,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah, you coerce people and manipulate people into doing your dirty work for you. I felt like she was always the swing vote, but that was just because she didn't choose a side the whole season. So, again, I like Nicole.
Yeah,
I think
nothing
she's
to say about
game.
bad to
great
say
for
about
the
Nicole.
game.
Yeah,
And again, talk about life lessons. That speech that she gave at the end is what a lot of girls and boys are thinking about themselves and trying to find out who they are as a person. And there's nothing like going in a house without your parents to rely on to really find out who you are and how much stronger you are and how much more you're capable of than a house like Big Brother, because that will really check you fast.
Yeah.
And she did it. She got through it. She stayed the whole time. She was strong. And as the season progressed, she got even stronger and more opinionated and willing to speak up. And you saw her grow. And she said it at the end. So what a great story. What a great story. And that's why I love Big Brother.
I think she'll definitely be back as well. I think because now she has something, she knows who she is now, and she's ready. She can focus on the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, play hard, I don't know. Like,
it all depends. It all depends on what, Big Brother decides to do. If they want to bring back, she's not someone who's making really great TV, I don't think. And I'm one of those people too. So, I'm in the same category. You got to think about it. TV wise, they might prefer Mickey over her. I don't know, because he's going to cause problems, right? He's going to cause problems. He's going to cause drama. Like, Zach Rance. Zach Rance, you're not putting him on there because he's a mastermind. You're putting him on there because he's amazing TV.
Yeah, he is good TV.
Yeah, he's great TV. So, it all depends on what they're trying to do. But I wouldn't mind seeing her again and seeing now that she's found herself, how much further she can take it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Coco Caliente is brought to you by DoorDash. Long day at work, tough day at school, still stuck in the office. Treat yourself to the meal you deserve and have your favorite restaurants come to you with DoorDash. DoorDash connects you to your favorite restaurants in your city. Ordering is easy. Open the DoorDash app, choose what you want to eat, and your food will be delivered to you wherever you are. Not only is your favorite pizza joint already on DoorDash, but there are over 340,000 restaurants in 3,300 cities, so you might find a new favorite too. Right now, our listeners get $5 off their first order of $15 or more.
Hey, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. When you download the DoorDash app and enter the promo code COCO. That's $5 off your first order when you download the DoorDash app from the App Store and enter the promo code COCO, C-O-C-O. Don't forget, that's the promo code COCO for $5 off your first order from DoorDash.
Derek, would you play Big Brother All-Stars?
You're the worst, because you asked me this last night and we talked about it, so you threw me on the spot on this. I'll tell you the same thing I told you last night. How about that? Listen, I don't think I'd ever play again. And for me, the reasons are very, very simple. Family. My daughters are 6 and 3. My daughter, Tenley, who most of your listeners will know, is a little girl now, and she's articulate, and she knows when I'm gone. And for those of you who don't know, I have a show on Discovery ID, and I leave for weeks at a time to go film that show, and it really hurts her. It really bothers her. And it kills me that I do that, but I have to make a living. Big Brother is an enjoyment, and to go on again and leave my family for that amount of time when I probably won't win. I said this last night.
Yeah, I know, but you could. You could be the first person to win 2 seasons.
Yeah, here's the thing, and I've said this to Dan directly, so this isn't a slight at Dan. You're going to put me on an all-star season with a bunch of great casts. You're not going to give me safety. You're going to have me go in there as the only person to have never been nominated. I'm literally a sitting duck. If you want to throw me on a season where I'm a coach and then halfway through the season throw me in, maybe I'll do that because I'll have time to dig my teeth into their
Well, then you
brains.
just win the first HOH.
Oh, yeah, it's so easy. Just go out there and win it, right? Just like you, right?
Yeah,
no, it's easier said than done. But listen, you never say never. But if I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on seeing me in there again. But again, we talked about this at length last night. Maybe if the time was right, maybe the season was a little shorter.
You never know.
I hate to say it, but if the money's right, these are big factors. I'm not, I went in there last time. You went in there last time, the first time for $1,000 a week.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that again. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. How about you? I'm going to throw you under the bus.
Yeah, I would.
Of course you would. You're crazy.
You think I'm so crazy because I'm just like, yeah, I would. Like
you haven't had enough punishment yet?
I mean, I do think like it could go horribly wrong as far as I think I could be voted out rather quickly and I'd be super devastated about that. But I don't know. I think it could be, I miss it a little bit. Don't you miss it a little?
I miss it every day. I miss it every time I watch. And then you know what? We'd be in there, and the first week we'd be in there, I'd look over at you and go, I hate you. You convinced me to do this. And now I just want, like, literally within the first 4 days, I could promise you the live feeders would see me look at you and go, I hate you for this. And you'd go, what? And I'd go, you convinced me to do this, and now we're here for another 97 fucking days.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, good times, Derek. Good times.
Yeah, good times. And then Nicole would vote me out.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Okay.
What's weird is, about All-Stars, though, me and Brittany were talking about this one time, is that, well, first off, I don't even know if I'd be asked or anything, but aside from that factor, whoever is in the All-Star cast, if there's an All-Star cast, it will be very difficult because everyone has relationships outside the house, and I feel like there are people who have like alliances or just like, for example,
friendships,
just don't like me. Like there's like a Nicole hate text group with Rachel, Alyssa, Michelle, and Natalie. So if I have any of those people on and I'm on, I'm like crap, and then you just have those people that don't like you for really no reason at all. And so how are you supposed to get past that? In a game sense, it's not really a game. It's more of like a personal vendetta.
Yeah, and I'm in the same boat. There are definitely people who've played before who
are just wanting to get you.
Yeah, just want to get me. Don't think I'm as good, or are bitter because their seasons weren't as popular as our season or whatever it may be. And there's like this big, if you remember after 16, there was like this weird reaction.
They were mad.
Everyone. Yeah, there was a lot of house guests who came out to our after party, which was awesome. But then the narrative started to change a little bit when we were making money off, social media and stuff. And they were like, oh, these guys they're full of themselves. And it's like, wait, what? You would do the same thing if you could make money. So there was a little bit of a backlash. And you also see it even with 20, where some previous seasons don't love it, But again, that's the world we live in. That's any job, any life you have. There's always going to be people who want to see you do well, just not better than them.
Mm-hmm. And so going on the show again or whatever it is, like it's very difficult because not only do you have, say, the game twists, the game circumstances, and the stress of the game, you have the outside stress of the relationship with this person. It's not like we're going to be thrown in a place that, okay, everyone start clean. It's like, no, people are feeling some type of way. Yeah, and it really sucks.
You're bringing in baggage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
imagine you with your amazing race experience and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it all depends again on who they put in there. But I'll tell you this right now: if I wanted to go, there's not a player that would stop me from going. I think the same for you. Even if they don't like me, like you got to beat me. So that wouldn't stop me. The main thing that would stop me is if I looked at Tenley and said, "Do you not want me to go?" and she said, "No, I don't want you to go." Guess what? I ain't going. I went the first time for myself. My wife was nice enough to let me do it, and I think she would probably let me do it again. But it's just not right. It's just not right to leave someone with 2 kids, a job, a mortgage, while you go have fun and play on, amusement.
Oh, Big Brother is not fun, Derek. I don't know if you...
Hey, I only played once. I had fun the first time.
Yeah, 16 was fun, but I'm just saying it's not always like that.
Hey, well, that's what I'm saying, and that's the other side to this, right?
It's work.
Like, I talk to you, and I hear how you talk about 18, and it's like, honestly, I don't have that feeling at all because 16 was like one of the best summers of my life.
Yeah, 16 was so great.
So if I go back, it could literally ruin that for me. And I love the memory I have. Like,
yeah, that's true.
I had this great summer.
Yeah.
I won. I, changed my family's life, and I had some great friends that some of them I consider like family now. So why would I go on and it becomes somebody I'm not? And also, I think people have seen from like the way I am outside the show, if I don't like something that someone's doing and I really don't think I have a chance to win, I'm going to be more myself, which people may not like because I'm not someone to just sit there and take it. And I don't want to be that person on national TV either.
Yeah. See, you're like really good at this because now for the first time I'm like doubting, do I want to go back on Big Brother? That's why you need to go on because you're good at convincing.
If I were you, I wouldn't go on again. If I were you, I would not go on again, personally.
Why?
Because you've proven already that you're a good player. You had 2 great experiences. I know you didn't love 18, but you won. You went out on top. Mm-hmm. And you can go on in life and say, hey, listen, I played my favorite show. I had a great summer the first time, life-changing. I didn't win, but I wouldn't change it for the world. However, I went back, redeemed myself, and won.
And then went back again and won again.
Hey, you do that. I will literally bow down to you. But joking. You know as well as I do, you go back and you don't win, and maybe it's even more horrific than the team.
I think it would be. It would be so horrific. So, yeah, I don't know if I could handle, like, the stress of everybody inside the house. It depends on who's in there. Oh God, I'm getting anxiety thinking about it.
You're getting married. You got a lot going on. Like personally, I wouldn't go. But now again, if my kids were older and they didn't need me around, and maybe I'd be the Jerry of the season. But I don't want to be like a bullshitter and say like, oh, I'll definitely come back. I'll defend my title. Like we talked about this last night, and you actually disagreed with me on it, but I really, really don't care if I'm considered a great Big Brother player because you can't put that on a resume. I love that it's said about me, and that's awesome, but we both know you'll never have a definitive best player, and just to be in the category, I'm happy with that, and that's cool, and that's a great thing to leave, and, you know, barring any substantial amount of money that got thrown at me that was like too hard to pass up, I don't think I'd go back in. And honestly, I don't know if Big Brother could offer me enough money to choose that over Tenley and Peyton.
Yeah. Having kids is different. Once I have kids, I'm definitely donezo. So they got like a couple years left.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you had kids, I think you'd feel completely different.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It changed. Your kids run your life. My wife can say to me, hey, do you want to come food shopping with us on Saturday? And I'll say, absolutely not. I'm staying home. And then Tenley will come up to me and be like, Daddy, can you come with us? I just want to spend time with you. Guess what? I'm putting my shoes on. I'm going.
I want that. I'm excited to have kids. And I just like to think about sometimes if there was an All-Stars, but I've been thinking about it.
Let's end it on this. Do you think there will be?
I don't know. Do you think there will be? I really don't know.
I don't.
50-50.
I don't. I absolutely don't. You know, I'm a producer on my other show, so I have I feel like I have a better grasp of what television is. It's all about money, okay? And they can get the same type of ratings, similar ratings, by paying 16 people $1,000 per week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's say the ratings go up a tick or two if you have All-Stars. That don't matter in the grand scheme of ad sales. Oh. And Big Brother is just like any other show. It runs on ratings, right? If you don't have the ratings, you don't get renewed. So I wouldn't see economically why it would be smart to have they just canceled Celebrity Big Brother, essentially, right? They were paying an astronomical amount of money to each of these house guests, right?
Yeah.
And guess what? They're not bringing it back because for the ratings they got, they probably didn't justify the cost. Mm-hmm. So that's my take on it. I don't think it's coming back. I kind of, in a weird way, hope it doesn't because then I don't have to choose.
There you go.
Yeah.
That could be a possibility. Okay. Thanks, Derrick, for coming on and filling this spot.
No problem. You owe me. I'm going to make sure when I have my my podcast in a couple months, you're going to come on and talk about true crime.
Oh yeah. Do you want to talk about anything about promote any of your stuff?
Honestly, Breaking Homicide just ended. Honestly, podcast coming out in November. It's going to be a true crime podcast. But honestly, I don't know how many listeners you get, but just like every season, I know Nicole. I could speak for her on this. We thank you guys for watching because just like, money, the show wouldn't be as successful and people like myself and Nicole and even the new Nicole, we wouldn't get to live out those dreams if people don't watch the show. Yeah. So although we may not agree on everything, I really appreciate people supporting us and continuing to watch the show because they're making a new cast of people's dreams come true every year. So, as much as it may not feel like it, every person that watches contributes to that. So thank you.
Yes. Good ending, Derrick. Thank you. I agree.
No problem.
All right. Well, I will talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
Well, we really hope you enjoyed that segment. I know I wasn't there for it, but I'm here now, and that's what counts. All right, so baby, Spanish word of the day.
Okay.
All right. Are you gonna get it this time?
Yes.
Okay. Extraño. Extraño. Or extraña. It's just
A random word?
extraño.
Extravagant.
Good try. Extraño. Makes you ponder.
Yeah, I've never heard that word before.
So if I said, we're about to do the extraño o normal segment.
Spanish word of the day segment.
Listen.
Weird or normal?
Yeah.
Oh, so weird.
Weird. Yeah. Normal, normal. Extraño, weird.
Okay, like extremely weird. That's how I'll remember that.
Extremely weird?
Yeah, like I can remember things, Spanish words, if I...
All right, so now say the word.
Extraña.
Yeah, the American way of...
Stop.
Extraño. Extraño.
Extraño.
Extraño, yeah.
Extraño.
So,
Hey, I got a good extraño.
Hey, there you go.
Extraño.
We're still working on your Arroyo, which will be your last name come a year from now. Arroyo.
Arroyo.
You'll say Arroyo.
Arroyo.
Somebody called me a yo-yo. So, the weird or normal segment. Okay. Is it weird for your partner
Oh, gosh.
to poop in front of you?
That was not expected.
Is it weird?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on how close you are, because have you pooped in front of me? Yes.
Do I like it?
No.
I don't like it, but am I...
You mind it more than me. Whoever's on the toilet definitely minds it more than the person who's not.
I freaking hate it because I will be taking my sweet time in our other bathroom, which is where we have our washer and dryer. It's much nicer, renovated bathroom, has a better feel to it. I like the atmosphere. It just makes me more calm.
That's why you poop in there?
No, I just like being away. That's what I like. And my biggest fear, because Nicole, she'll walk in and I'm not looking. I just came to grab something.
Yeah, because it does have all of laundry and stuff in there.
Well, to my defense, it's my peaceful time. And then you interrupt that. And then I feel... To my
defense, I don't look.
It's uncomfortable. But my biggest fear, because
okay,
my biggest fear is that you will walk in as I'm wiping.
I just knew that's what you were gonna say.
Yeah, you're gonna walk in because I'm a stand up wiper. Okay, I'm a stand up wiper, and my biggest fear is that you're gonna walk in and I'm gonna be wiping and look back at you, and I'm just gonna have this moment of fear.
Okay, maybe we should do the weird or normal stand up wiper. That's intense.
I am a stand up wiper. I can't do the lean over on the toilet and wipe. I just feel like my hand going into the toilet bowl
just stop.
Is the dangerous situation.
Oh, yeah, because of what you got going on underneath there?
No, I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, I feel like I get more leverage when I'm standing up. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so I think what you're trying to say is, yeah, I think it's like a little strange, but not when you're really close. I don't think it's weird.
Well, I don't think my mom farted in front of my dad for like several years into their relationship.
Well, you farted like very soon.
Well, see, I don't hold back in that respect. I don't really... If you don't like me because I farted in front of you, but there's all these other things that I do as a good person and as a good partner.
I think it's just how embarrassed somebody is.
Exactly. I have no shame in my game, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty open with it as well.
Well, so Nicole, on the other hand, she won't. What she'll do, and if you're disgusted by this real world talk, I'm sorry, but this is real world. You do have bowel movements, and everybody does fart. Okay, so if you're acting like this is not you, you're lying to yourself.
Victor.
But what Nicole will do, because I'll be open, mine are loud and whatever, I'll own it. But
okay, stop. Do not describe my farts.
Or she'll start laughing to herself, and then you get that, oh my God, what was that?
And a lot of times I get away with it. Mine are silent but deadly.
Yeah.
But sometimes if the people don't know me, they're just like, there's no way that smell came from that little girl.
Yeah, I still say that.
Yes. And you have to know the smell of my passing gas by now.
Her toots, yeah. So yeah, I guess it's just really being comfortable with your partner and not having that shame. So I guess it can be weird and it can be normal. I still
get embarrassed though if I'm on the toilet and I feel like you can hear it come out and drop into the toilet, which I just like. That's not an everyday thing, but like.
Dropping bombs in there?
No. Like
dropping mega loads in the toilet.
Oh
just kaplunk.
No.
Splashes back into your booty.
Like if I'm in the public bathroom, I don't care. I'm not.
If I'm in the public bathroom, I put toilet paper in the toilet so the water doesn't splash back up.
Oh, yeah.
Because for some reason that freaks me out. I'm just like somebody who's just peeing there.
That doesn't happen to me, I'll be honest,
touch
much
my booty. But yeah, so I don't know. I think that's weird. But yeah, my biggest fear is you just walking in while I'm wiping. That's just...
That has not happened yet?
Yeah, and I hope it never happens. And maybe it makes you a little bit more weary about walking in. Because that would probably be really traumatized.
I probably would be as well.
Yeah, you would be. You don't want to see what's going on back there.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Anyway.
Just like caught mid-wipe, like, oh.
All right. So, anyways. Okay. Talk about that with your partner. See how you guys feel about that. Really intimate conversation. Very uncomfortable, possibly. That's how you'll know how close you are. If you just started your relationship and you're listening to this, please do not. Do yourself a favor. Do not have this conversation because you are not there yet. All right. You know if you're there, and if you're questioning if you're there or not, you're not there.
And it could take a lot longer for people to be there because Victor just doesn't hold back, like he said.
Yeah. And Nicole can appreciate that. So if you're not there, don't do it. You're going to find yourself in a really awkward situation where you think it's funny and they think it's weird.
There's been times where
you're going to bring it up and it's going to be
like where I snuck in. So we have a sliding door, which I don't have a lock on yet in the bathroom he's talking about. So it's like the barn door that slides. So like I can literally open it whenever I want. And like
it's so annoying. You know what she'll do?
I'll tape him or scare him.
No, she will. She'll think she's so funny. I'll be taking a poop. She'll slide the door slowly and then put the dog in the bathroom, and the dog clearly doesn't want to be there, and the dog just looks back at the door like, what are you doing? And then the dog will start walking out, and then she'll just slide the dog right back into the and I'm like, babe, get out of here, get the dogs out of here, just leave me alone right now.
Oh my God. Okay, what about reviews?
Yes, so thank you guys. You guys are so awesome. And
there was so many good reviews. You guys must have loved Victor's episode, getting to know him last week, and that makes me feel so great because my interview skills had to be on point.
Yeah, they were on point. Props to you, babe.
No, they weren't, but you're a good interviewer.
You did a good job. I was just talking a latte.
Yeah.
But you were feeding the questions good and you were fielding them good. You did a good job. If I had to rank you on a scale of 1 to 10, 15.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, you're awesome. I have to say that, if not, I'll get in trouble
Shush.
later. But yes, we really do appreciate your reviews. Your opinion of us really drives us. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel that we're doing something good. And at the end of the day, without you, there's no us. And so, Nicole, take it away.
There's no us on the podcast.
Huh?
There's no Coco Caliente podcast. There's not no us as a couple.
Yeah. Us as a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Without you, there's no... Like, they wouldn't be listening to us together.
Yeah. We couldn't have a podcast without you guys.
Sorry, okay, then let me... So, we wouldn't have a podcast if it wasn't for you. Without you, there's no us. Does that make better sense?
It's the same thing you said. Without you, there's no us.
I phrased it with the podcast at the beginning, saying there is no podcast without you guys, so without you, there's no us.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right?
Period.
End.
Yep.
Not relationship.
Yeah.
We would still be in a relationship.
Yes.
Take it away.
This one made me crack up. It's from CM Jade with a lot of numbers. It's titled "My Mama 9 Pizzas." What? Last week we did my very eager mother just served us 9 pizzas for the Planet acronym, so that's what that's in reference to. 5 stars. I love this podcast. I've been listening since the beginning. I'm here to confess that I am college educated and did not know the acronym for the planets. I never use an acronym for the compass, but it's never ever sunny weather. Have you ever heard that?
Never ever sunny weather. No.
But it rhymes. I like it. Maybe growing up in the snow in Massachusetts is the cause of this. Could be. Keep up the good work and keep being genuine. Heart.
Genuine or genuine? Genuine. I don't know. Thank you. That was awesome. This one's called Planet Acronym 6-star podcast. 5 stars.
But would be 6. And the name, I won't even read it because it looks like it's just a bunch of letters. But you know who you are. Oh, okay.
Honestly, I've never learned an acronym to remember the planets in order from the sun. An acronym I do remember from school is from math to remember the order of operation, PEDMAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, which is one that we see all the time on like Facebook when they write those math questions, and then like 15 people have different answers, and then the one person remembers their PEDMAS and answers it correctly.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's key right there.
But
what is it?
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract.
Yeah, that's important.
Anyway, and that's what it says here. Listening to your podcast always makes me feel like I'm having a chat with my friends and often find myself joining the conversation with my own thoughts and opinions. Definitely keep up the good work and awesome vibes. Coco Loco for life.
Woo! Okay, honestly, how long did I sit here to pick a review? There was so many good reviews.
There's a lot of good reviews.
And I felt like I needed to read one that pertained to the planet, but just because I didn't read it this week does not mean it's out of the game for next week, because there was so many good ones.
You guys are really, really awesome.
We love you so much.
Which means, in my mind, I feel like we should be coming up on another giveaway soon. I feel like they deserve that.
So for sure. And actually, our very faithful listener Nancy came up with a good thing, but I think a follower or listener gave it to her, where we should do
interview with a listener.
Well, no, that was brought up as well from someone, from Kate.
Okay.
But I think it was like doing, a Keurig cup, single cup serve, like, because it's Coco Caliente. Like, and it's fall, and we can do like a cozy basket with like almost like a Keurig.
So you do a giveaway basket.
Yeah, a giveaway basket with something with like coffee.
Okay,
and like a Keurig, which is cool.
Give away a Keurig.
Yeah. This is not sponsored by Keurig. Isn't that what they're called? Or is that a brand?
Yes. I don't know. I don't know why you're questioning yourself. That's why I'm confused. So you want to do like a gift basket that has a Keurig in it?
Yes, with like K-cups and stuff.
Okay, we could do that. We could do something like that.
Yeah, because that was brought to my attention, and that would be really cute to do.
Very fitting.
And who doesn't want that, right?
Yeah, so that's in the works, you guys. Because you guys are so awesome, because you are listeners, and because we love you so, so much. So that'll wrap up the show. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on the little purple app, iTunes podcast app. You can listen anywhere you listen to podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher. You can always go to www.cococalientepodcast.com. You can listen there and check out the merchandise as well. Really cool coffee mugs.
And I'm working on other stuff as well. I have a catalog, and I'm looking at fall weather gear, maybe sweatshirts and long sleeve shirts. And I'm working on logos.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
I have to show you a couple today, by the way.
Awesome. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram is at Coco Caliente Podcast. On Twitter is at Coco Caliente Pod. Thank you so much. We love you.
Thank you.